Yeah, welcome to Smart Money Reset Day 5. Oh, it's
Yes.
always good to do this every day. Every day is becoming very interesting.
Yeah.
Yesterday was fire for fire. I really want to recommend that if you were not here yesterday, please go and look for the recording and watch it to the end. It was very resourceful.
True.
Sometimes when you teach something and you have to go and refer to what you taught, it shows how impactful what you have taught is. So
Yeah.
when somebody who is considered to be a lecturer have to go and listen to his own lectures, so please go and take advantage of that and see how you can begin to move with that. Yeah, today we have doctor in the house, Dr. Sunday Olorunseyi. You see,
Exactly.
this our PhD. We are going to share it. We are going to take the P and leave the HD for you. So, doctor is in the house. Doctor, you're welcome to Smart Money Reset Day 5. Just like
Exactly.
yesterday. Mm.
Yeah, we're making progress. You see, few weeks ago we said Happy New Year, and this
Ah,
is February.
like play, like play.
So I'm beginning to ask, is it still a new
It's
year?
not few weeks ago. It's few days ago.
Okay. So day
Mhm.
5 is here, and we're excited to be with you on this special Smart Money Reset series. We know we have a responsibility to impact lives through our mission as a business, enterprise development, and people empowerment. When we started our business, as much as we wanted to make money like every other business, because business in most cases you set it up for two reasons: to solve problems and to make money. And the size of the problem you solve determines the kind of money that comes to you. But for us, it was beyond just making money. We knew we wanted to make impact, indelible impact. We wanted to establish positive legacies. So we started on the ground of investing in knowledge. We acquired so much knowledge and we started teaching. One lesson I want you to pick from this, our audience, is you don't wait for a perfect situation to start. There is never a perfect time to start any great vision. Never. If you ask me what time is the perfect time, I will tell you it was yesterday, it was 5 years ago, it was 3 years ago. But the next perfect time to pursue that big dream is now. So we did not wait until we acquired all the knowledge. We started the journey, we kept moving forward. So at that level, we invested in raising people. We will gather in that our small cubicle, and you see us teaching with so much vigor, energy, and you think we have like 500 people in the room. Obviously, in most cases, we only have two or three, persons in the hall with us. We call it all, even though it's a cubicle. But today, each time we reflect back, we're always thankful to God that we started when we started. So what we are doing now is not new. We have always been on this journey, and we're excited doing it over and over again. Because what gives us the greatest joy is not when we close that $1 billion deal. What gives us the greatest joy is the testimonies that come from the things we do, the lives that are impacted, the destinies that have seen growth just by following us, either by listening to our teachings or buying our product and services. So for these 28 days, we see it as 28 days of impact, from income to asset. 28 days that will bring about total transformation in the life of someone. If you go on YouTube, in case if you have missed any day, you can check from day 1, day 2, day 3. It's right there on YouTube, and I see that the viewership is increasing every day. So if you have missed any day, please go back on YouTube and watch again. So today we're good identifying financial leaks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about. There are things you call silent money
Money
killers.
killers.
In most cases, money don't just disappear. They leak. And they leak gradually.
Mm.
You don't just wake up one day and see that all the money in your bank account has disappeared.
Mm.
When you earn that salary, 850,000 naira or $6,000, $15,000, it did not just disappear in one day. If you observe, you spent it gradually. But once the money finishes, it looks as though the money has disappeared. You start asking yourself, what did I do with this money? For some of us, you don't get to realize until maybe you have something to do and you decided to print your bank statement. And you printed your bank statement showing maybe 6 months or 1 year. And to your amazement, you see what has passed through your bank account for that period. And you start asking yourself the question again. What happened? How did I spend this money? Where did this money go? And like I said, it doesn't disappear. It leaks. Your responsibility is to identify where those leakages comes from and ensure that you fix them. In the last few days in my house, for example, the tap in the jacuzzi has been leaking and it's been continuous. Now, I wouldn't be surprised when the water and utilities company send the bill at the end of this February, because I knew I had leakage and the plumber that was to come and fix it has been postponing. This is the third day he has promised to come and he didn't show up. And the water in the jacuzzi keeps leaking up every day. So when they bring the bill, maybe normally the water bill used to be maybe $80. I won't be surprised if it goes way more than that.
Mm.
What happened? The same tap, the same house, but at some point I experienced leakages. And because of that, it impacted on the bill that came to me. So in our finances too, if we don't block those leakages early, it won't help us achieve our financial goals. So, wise man, today we want to go in this direction. How can people identify financial leaks? These things, they are silent money killers, and we need to kill them and kill our money. What to you?
Okay, so thank you very much. It's a very interesting topic to discuss because virtually every one of us have leakages in our finances.
Mm,
But what we want to identify is how much are your leakages.
mm,
One day, I opened up my Apple. There's a place where Apple keeps all the subscriptions that you
mm.
have that are linked to a particular card.
Bad.
All right. By the time I opened that place and saw the number of subscriptions
Hmm,
that I have done that I did not remember to stop. Some
mm,
of them come as gifts. Somebody say 30 days free and you subscribed. You are thinking that before the 30 days, I will go and unsubscribe. All right. Some of them were things you did when you wanted to travel. Maybe
mm,
you wanted to travel and you subscribe for something that you will need when you get there. And after that period, you are supposed to go and unsubscribe.
mm,
And you did not go and unsubscribe. So there are many of such things that you find.
mm,
In fact, one of them was a particular movie. I think that movie is The Banker, all right? And it was on a particular app. Somebody recommended it for me to
mm,
watch. And I subscribed for that thing, watched the movie, but did not remember to go and unsubscribe. Amazon, all of them, Prime, all of by the time I went there, I saw all the leakages. I say, God,
Mm,
this is dangerous. So this, and they are silent. The thing about
mm,
leakages is that they are silent. They
mm,
just keep dropping.
mm,
But the thing is, when things keep dropping, consistency can cause havoc,
mm.
whether in the positive way or in a negative way.
Yeah.
Anything that is consistent can cause
Mm,
havoc. So even if it's little, maybe little drops of those leakages,
yeah.
as they are dropping, the fact that they are dropping consistently is only a matter of time.
Mm,
That particular tank or whatever container you're using to hold that water will be empty. That's
mm.
what. So, and leakages have only one mission. Their mission is to empty the container. Empty the container. So somebody is trying to fill up the container, but there are leakages somewhere, and the
Mm,
container keeps. I remember one time in my house, the tank was leaking. We'll pump water in the morning, by evening, and I have a floating switch, so it's also pump automatically. All right. After some time, by the time I will not ask them, when we switch to, in Nigeria, you have to use different kind of uh, you have inverter, you have generator, and you have other power source. All right. So whenever we switch to inverter,
mm,
the floating switch will not work automatically. All right. We now notice that there's no water. By the time we went to look, the tank was leaking.
mm,
Some people are able to discover their leakage because it's much. So
mm,
they're able to discover it. For some people, they are not even aware that it
mm,
is leaking,
mm,
because there are a lot of other things that are taking the money that you are not aware of. I, because I live in multiple countries, I sometimes subscribe for maybe phone bill in a particular company, and so in a particular country. And by the time I am not in that country, I'm supposed to post that subscription. But
mm,
I won't remember. Before you know it, they will charge me. And when they charge me, it is very painful when you are paying for something that
mm,
you did not use. It's very
mm.
painful. And I'm not a wasteful person, so that kind of a thing gets to me. All right. So we must be very deliberate about identifying leakages in our finances and blocking it. You know why? Those leakages
Mm,
are resources that can be deployed
can
for
be channeled as
investments. They can be channeled to something good,
mm,
channeled to something better, channeled to your investment, channeled to your future. But if you don't block those leakages, it becomes a very, very silent killer of your
mm,
finances. Remember this: leakages may not be very visible, and they will still cause havoc because they are consistent. So that's what we want to really analyze today. How do
okay.
you begin to block those leakages and ensure that they don't? I've shared my own story. Some of you may need to go and check it. I think on iOS, that's on, if you are using Apple, there's a place called subscription. When you go to your Apple,
Mm, mm,
where your name is on your Apple, when you go to setting, uh, so that some people who probably want to check, you go to setting, click on your name on
mm,
setting, go to subscriptions.
mm.
You will see all kinds of subscription. Look at
Yeah,
here. I
yeah.
have I have one particular camera app. The subscription is there. I have a US number that I subscribe for one time. The subscription is there.
Mm.
I have Apple One app and a lot of other ones that I have unsubscribed.
Mm.
All right. But if I didn't know, as small as they are, $150, $20,
Yeah,
$40, $80, before you know it, you're
causing
spending
havoc.
like $300 that has caused havoc.
So it's safe to say that we must learn to track our spending,
Mm,
because what you don't track, you can't control.
mm,
Whatever you don't track, you can't control. So the first step to ensuring that we identify the leakages in our finances is to start tracking our expenses. Now, you might think what you earn is too small and you can tell everywhere that your money is going to. Tracking is not just about knowing where your money is going to, but you also want to be sure that the money is doing the right thing or you are getting the value that you paid for. There are times you spend money, but you don't get the value, or the value you get is not worth the money that you have spent. It's part of leakages. But if you are not conscious about tracking it to ensure that you get the actual value for money spent, the leakages will continue and it will keep killing your money. Your money has to be alive. You know, we said a few days ago, money does not sleep, it doesn't get tired, it doesn't, but it can die because when it vanishes, it means you have lost the money. It is the money that is actively working that does not die, that does not sleep, that keeps multiplying. But if a bulk of what you have are channels that takes money from you, and when those monies go, they don't go on errand to multiply so they can come back to you in multiple fold, it's just a matter of time. You're gonna lose those money. So you must start by tracking everywhere that your money goes to. And this requires financial discipline. The number one cause of leakage in our finances is lack of financial discipline. Now, Wiseman just gave an example of how you need to, from time to time, check the places where you have applied for things. Maybe you subscribed here and there, and they keep taking money from you every month. But because you weren't conscious of this, that small amount, imagine if it goes into an investment, what it can turn to in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years. But it keeps leaving your account and going to someone else, and you are not getting the value that you actually want. Another thing we need to learn to do now is to ensure that we overcome emotional spending by impulse. If you want to block leakages, ensure that all your spendings are planned. Most of the spendings that we do are spendings that things just shows up, and because we like it, it appealed to our emotion, we just buy. At times it might be that you are just craving for something and you keep craving for that thing, and the more of that thing you buy, the more leakages in your finances. For everybody that sells out there, they want to tell a story that will make you keep spending. But you want to ask yourself, what I am spending money on now, does it have potential to multiply? For example, on this platform now, we talk to you every day about opportunities available on our platform. These are products that are assets. And what does asset does for you? It puts money in your pocket. Liability takes money away from your pocket. So whatever puts money in your pocket is an asset. Whatever takes money away from you is a liability. We want to advise you to start investing more in assets. Spend your money in the direction of assets. That way, you are blocking leakages. You are buying real estate is an asset, whether you buy land or you buy houses. And we have area of opportunities. For example, one of our projects, Eden, is in Coca in Ifo. For those that are looking at products that is under maybe 1 million, under 2 million, if you are buying a 300 square meter, I think with about a million, a 500 square meter, maybe less than 2 million, we should announce some promo for that land. Just maybe we should give till Friday, want to give some special promo. Those tomorrow, yeah. For those that want to buy from Eden in Ifo, we'll give you some special promo. So tell those that are not on ground now, let them come tomorrow, because that might be part of the thing that will qualify you for that promo. So you want to put money in places like that. You want to buy houses. We talked about Farmway, that's the Palm Origin and the Cassava Island. These are things that when you spend your money in, you have sent the money on errand, it will come back multiplying. When we talked about banking and investment services, those are not leakages. But there are many other things you spend money on that once you spend it, the money has gone. Even when you are trying to prove status, we talked about that yesterday. You tell yourself there are places you cannot shop. Some of us, I see no reason why you are still not visiting Katangwa up till now. There are nice dresses in that place. Know the timing, know the day of the week. I hope Katangwa still exists. I hope they are
Yeah, it
still there.
does. It
And
does.
I
It
hope they are
does.
still giving us the kind of quality they used to give us those days. Those were our regular places. You get nice clothes. You wash them, iron them very well. If you know 10 person, nobody will know where you buy them. Right? You don't have to
You now
try
become
to prove
proud.
that. Yeah. Because if you are supposed to buy a shirt for 30,000 or 50,000 in a boutique, and you know that you will struggle to buy that shirt, and the same shirt in Katangwa will be 3.5 or 5K, find a good timing, bend down, select what's good for you, and
I went
come out
I went to buy
sparkling.
a shirt. There was a
Yeah.
shirt I bought one time. I so much loved the shirt. At the time I bought the shirt, maybe around the shirt was around maybe 40,000, 45,000 thereabouts at that time.
Mm.
I went back to that shop recently to go and buy the shirt, and they said the shirt was 90,000. 90,000. In fact,
Mm.
you know the way you pick things. You are pick things. You are a big man now. You pick
Just pick
things.
everything.
Pick.
Up
You are not
and
checking the price. It was when they gave me the receipt, and I said, this shirt was 40,000 last time, sir. Have you not been in this country? It has increased. That's to show that look. Don't go and begin to feel that you want to impress
yeah,
anybody. Oh, shirt na shirt. Oh.
shirt na shirt.
Now white shirt too. You go wear them, I go wear them, and the same thing then go feel.
Yeah, yeah. So these are things people need to be conscious of, because we are here today to help you see how to block those leakages. They might look very small. For some of us, it's even pressure giving. You are the firstborn in your family, you are the only son, you are the this, you are the that, and people come with all manner of pressure. See, it takes somebody that is up to lift another person up. You can't be in the valley and you are planning to lift somebody up. You need to come out of the valley. Then you extend hand to bring people up. So you don't carry too much burden on your life. For some of us, the reason why your finances has never been in order is because you have too many responsibilities. You are trying to become El Shaddai. And it has been said that if you want to become El Shaddai, you shall die.
You shall die.
Right? Only God can be El Shaddai in people's life. We are not saying we should not give. We are not saying we should not extend hand of blessings to people. But in order of priority, your investment, your paying yourself first, seed into your future should come before those spendings. You are supposed to be spending fruits and not seed. Remember, I told you yesterday, the death of a seed is the burial of a forest. If you don't preserve your seed and nurture it so that it can grow, you can't see forest of finances. So these are basic things that we want to call your attention to today. I know Wise Man has some other tips for us.
This particular one is one that is a major problem all over the world. This particular one I want to say now. And thank you, doctor, for what you said, because sometimes when you don't do a critical analysis on yourself to tell yourself the truth that this is my level for now. I no go deceive myself to think that I don't arrive when I never even arrive. I never even reach anywhere. All right. So that you will know that this is where you are and this is where you want to be. You are not yet where you want to be, but cut your coat according to your material
According to your
and
material.
not necessarily your size, because your size may even be bigger than the size of other people. So material is what makes it expensive. So this particular one is another major one. Credit cards and loans. They can be a major leakage in your finances. I'll tell you a typical example. This society, if you live in Canada, the UK, the US, most of these um, um, modern society, and okay, our Africa too is modern. So I'm talking about the Western world, all right? If you live in those places, it is said that you cannot survive without credit. In a sense, it's true, but if you make enough money, you can survive because you can buy anything
Definitely.
cash. All right. you know, all right. So, but in the bid to build credits, people enter into trouble.
Mhm.
They build, they are trying to build credits, but they are taking the bait of most financial institutions or most financial system that
True.
has been designed to keep them in the rat race.
Mm.
I took a particular credit card. I got that credit card. It says it was maybe $5,000 inside the credit card. My wife got one, $2,000. They gave her another one. She went to shop somewhere. They say sign for credit that they gave her another one. That one $5,000. Before we knew, they increased to $7,000. All right. Now, if you are not careful, you have opportunity to spend up to $20,000. I
Mm.
know some of my friends who have credit card that is over $100,000. They have access to that.
Mm.
Now, if you are not careful, you will think it's your money, but it's not your money. It
Mhm.
is bank money. And the challenge with credit card is that credit card has very high interest rates. Now, one of those credit card one day, my wife just opened it. And I said, usually when we use this credit card, I like us to pay it up. My wife is very judicious when it comes to that. But I think she has mentioned it a couple of times to me, and I said, don't worry, we'll pay it. Don't worry, we'll pay it. Let me settle one or two things. Don't worry, we'll pay it. Before I knew it, sir, by the time I checked how much we spent on the credit card and how much we will have to pay,
Mm.
I am in a hurry. I was in a hurry to pay off the credit card.
Mm.
For some people who are listening to us now, one of the leakages that you have today will be credit card that you are maintaining. That's one of the leakages. One of the leakages you have today is the loan that you have held. Because
Mm.
as long as you are holding that loan, interest is going on that
True.
loan.
True.
And you don't have control. You don't have controls. Sometimes if you have a good financial institution that you can talk to, they can help you stop the interest. But
Mm.
in the case where they cannot help you stop the interest, I will recommend pay it off. Rather than using loan to acquire liabilities, please learn to use loan to acquire assets. It's
Mhm.
much more better. So that when you are paying off the loan, you are happy that after all, this
Yeah.
loan has made me money. Let me give you an instance. You have a loan that is going to, you are going to be paying interest of maybe 25%. I'm just using a very high interest rate. For most
Mhm.
people who live in advanced world, it's not as much as that. But some of them are even as much as that, especially
Yep.
credit card. Now, you took the loan for 25%, but you are now putting that money into a place where you can average 50% in a year. It's a good loan to take
Mm.
because you have calculated it. If I take it, I'll be able to make up to 50% in a year. That's a good loan to take. So my recommendation is take loan to finance more of assets than to finance liability, to
Mm.
finance things that can appreciate in value and put money in your pocket. For instance, we have a system right now through the Petty Microfinance Bank where you can take loan from the microfinance bank at single digit interest rate, all right,
Mhm.
and buy into any of our products. Maybe you want to buy into the Farmway product, which
Mm.
is the palm origin and the cassava island. Now, what you have done is that you have used loan, you have used other people's money to
Yeah.
finance your assets, and it's something laudable,
Mhm.
something clear. So when you are repaying, you are sure of what you are doing. So it's an offer that is available right now that you can, once you click the link on this particular post, there's a particular link on the chat session or the barcode
Mhm.
on this broadcast. You can get to our back office and they will assist you on how you can go about that.
Mm.
That is the way to leverage on credit card, leverage on loan.
Mm.
Don't leverage on it by buying liabilities. You bought something. I have bought something before. You bought it with credit card. By the time you get home, the thing has spoiled.
Mhm.
By the time you now start saying they want to return, they will now say you need to send it. This one, in fact, for most electronic companies here, they will tell you need to send it to the manufacturer as against sending it to them. By the time you look at the koala of taking it here and there, you could leave it and say, I beg. But that was a leakage. That was a money that you invested that did not bring value to you, or that you spent that did not bring value to you. So we must be careful about loan and credit cards. Credit card money no be your own. You collected loan, that money no be your own. Treat it well and ensure that you deploy them to asset. That will help control more of the leakages.
Wow. So this is debt management masterclass that you just got. The thing about borrowing is that it can be a bondage and it can be a leverage.
Leverage.
It depends on how you use it. Borrowed funds can be leverage or bondage. Whenever you borrow to fund consumables, it becomes a bondage. But when you borrow to fund assets, it is a leverage. So we must learn to use whatever funds that we borrow to fund assets. Very, very important. And we see that killing so many people's finances today. They have integrity enough or reputation to get people to borrow them money. But after a while, they start losing that reputation. They start losing that credibility because they borrow to fund liabilities. And because those liabilities couldn't pay back the money, they couldn't pay the owner of the money. And before you know it, it causes disrespect. It affects relationships. So do everything possible to ensure that if at all you need to borrow, be it credit card, be it loans, or any form of borrowing, ensure you use it to fund assets and not liability. Use debt as a leverage, not as a bondage. Masterclass on debt management. But another very important one that can help us when it has to do with ensuring that we don't allow leakages in our finances is when we have what I call emergency buffer. Now, the reason why we even go ahead to borrow in most cases is because we don't have emergency buffer. So when emergency come, there is nothing that can help us rise up to those emergencies. So the first thing we think of is, where do we borrow from? But if we have accustomed the practice of building what we call emergency buffer, emergency funds, it is easier for you to rise up to those occasions. Another thing emergency buffer, emergency fund does for you is that it helps you take advantage of opportunities. I've seen times when opportunity presents itself. For example, before I came into this meeting, I've not had time to look at it, but I saw somebody here in Canada that is a friend to my lawyer here in Canada that wants to sell some asset back in Nigeria and is looking for a trusted person to work with. Now, I've not had time to look at it, but I'm sure when I look at it, if it is something that we can buy, the reason why you have emergency buffer is so that when those kind of opportunities come, you can take advantage of it. Today, we have an hotel on the Lekki Ekpe Expressway, Homeworld Hotel. When we acquired that hotel, it was because we had emergency buffer. The person that sold it had built the hotel and completed. In fact, he furnished it already and was about opening. And all of a sudden, he ran into crisis and wanted to sell urgently to recover money to take care of his problems. Now, at that point, we weren't interested in hospitality business, but the price he wanted to sell that hotel at that point was too good for us to lose. So what did we do? We had to call on our emergency buffer. The funds that we have saved over the time, and because we have deposited, it responded to us. We called out funds from it and acquired that hotel. The same hotel today is worth over 2 billion naira. That's significant in Nigeria of today. But when we acquired it then, it came cheaply as an opportunity. We did not even spend up to 10% of the value of the hotel today to acquire it many years ago. But see what it has turned to. Now we are in hospitality business, generating cash flow through hotels, through short-let apartments. But I hope you know that both the hotel and some of the short-let apartments, we acquired them with those emergency buffers. So if you're on this call today, whether in your personal finance or in your corporate, your business finance, ensure that you take it as priority to build emergency buffer. And we know that people struggle to get this done. That's why we developed an application like Genius by Pettisave that helps you automate it. Don't earn and spend all. It is not what you earn that determines how you rise. It is what you do with what you earn. That's why you can have two people working in the same office, the same grade level, the same income, but their financial life is different. One understands how to ensure they put resources together for the future. The other earns and spends it all. To make it easy for you, it has been automated. Download Genius by Pettisave for yourself. Download Genius Business by Pettisave for your businesses and automate your savings. Ensure that it is a priority for you. On daily basis, something must leave your account into that savings. Because when opportunity shows up, you can call on that buffer. When crisis come, life happens and you need to attend to issues like that. You can call on that buffer. Most of the people that have not been able to sustain their finances over many years are people that earn all and eat all. They spend all. That shouldn't be you. And that's why we are trying to reset your mind and push you into doing the right thing.
Okay, I think another one that I feel is a major leakage to people. And this one, some people will argue with me, but I have seen it as a major leakage that, especially when you are not in the financial position to do it, is eat out. Eating out. A cup of coffee in my house will not cost me $1. But when I go to Starbucks, a cup of coffee costs between $5 to $10. The
Depending
same
on the
cup of
flavor.
coffee, depending on the flavor. All right. A bowl of ice cream that I will buy in a supermarket and probably have at home and I will take it anytime I like. Maybe it cost me like $8 to $10. All right. But that same ice cream, I will
Gelato.
go out there and they'll put it inside one, what they call that
Cone.
comb or something. They'll put it there and they will charge me $15, $20 for me to take. What am I saying in essence? Eating out can be a major leakage to people. When you go to a fast food restaurant and you order and order and order and they put all of them together, by the time they give you the bill, that bill will cook food for your entire family. But because you have prioritized eating out, you have now made that leakage to be continuous. Now, if you make it, do a tweak and say, okay, from now on, I'll stop eating out. And I will ensure that I only eat out once in a while, because once in a while, really, you can do it. But when it becomes a regular thing, every day you stop at Starbucks, collect your cup of coffee, and you go. That cup of coffee is costing you $10, but at home, you could have used 2 minutes to prepare the one that will cost you less than $1, and you will still drink the same coffee.
The same coffee, yeah.
The same coffee. Because what you are doing is that you are paying the staffs of that business. You are paying the utility of that business. You are
Mm-hmm.
paying everything that they're using to run that business. And somebody needs to also make profit on what you are doing. The same place where you went to buy the coffee you make at home is where the same business went to buy the coffee. So
Mm-hmm.
what you are doing is that you are funding somebody else's lifestyle, and you are funding it regularly. If you fund it once in a while, we can understand. So eating out is a major, major one
Mm-hmm.
that people need to do. If I will advise, I will say some of you need to reduce it by 80%. Some of
Mm-hmm.
you need to reduce it by 50% at least. Reduce it, because anytime you eat out, you spend much, much, much more,
Mm-hmm.
especially for things you can actually prepare yourself. If there are food that you cannot prepare by yourself, then we can understand. Another one is this impulse spending that you talked about, Dr. Sunday. Impulse spending is a major leakage on your finance.
Mm-hmm.
Major, major leakage. And one of the ways to control it is, number one, have a policy of I will buy it tomorrow.
So you have time to think.
You have time to think. You have time to think. Because some of the things you want to buy now, you don't need it. By the time you come back and you reflect, you now do, come on, I don't really need this thing that I wanted to buy. I'm not in need of this thing that I wanted to buy. I'll buy it tomorrow. I'll buy it next time. It
Mm.
happened today. We went out. All right, when we're picking things, shopping, and look, I picked something. I say this thing, okay, this thing is good, and it's on sales. I said, no, they have not closed business. I'll buy it next time. By the time we finished shopping, I just realized I didn't need the thing.
Mm.
But if you didn't have that policy, you would
Mhm.
have bought it only to realize you don't need it. In fact, some of you would have experienced this. You went out and bought something that you have at home. Just as you saw it and said, this thing, I like this thing. You bought it only to come and discover that you have it at
Yeah, me
home. It
too.
happened to many people. These are leakages. Because when you
Mm.
keep it at home, that money you have kept at home could be working somewhere. But you
Yeah.
have kept it, and you are not going to need it. For some of those things, especially some of us who shop in Costco, you shop for Costco is wholesale, all right?
Also,
We're,
yeah.
we're advertising Costco here, did not pay. But it's wholesale, all right? So you buy big things and you keep them at
Mm.
home, only for you to go and buy one big one. For God that you have bought it, buy that big one. So one of the things I also say is that before you go out shopping, have a list and be
Mm.
disciplined enough to follow your list. But
Mm.
if you also have the concept of I will buy it tomorrow, it will save you on a
True.
lot of things. I will buy it tomorrow. I will buy it next time. You don't if you don't buy it today, they won't arrest you. They won't kill you. All right. So I'll buy it tomorrow because you need to control your finances. But you
Mm.
see, all these things we are saying, if you have taken care of your savings, maybe you have
Mm.
downloaded Genius by PettySave and you have taken care of savings. I have that savings every week. A particular
Mm.
amount of money is deducted from my account and is there. Whenever I open my Genius account, I see the money there. I'm happy. I see
Mm.
my interest. They even pay me interest for
Yeah.
using it.
Yeah.
It's not just that we're not just advertising because we're the owners. We're advertising because it's working.
Yeah.
There's interest on my money. There
Mm.
you see your interest that you have accumulated over the period of time. So if you have taken care of that, secondly, you have taken care of investment. I recommend that a certain percentage of
Mhm.
your monthly income should go into investment.
True.
So that's why we are saying you don't need to wait. Contact our back office right now.
Mm.
Click on the link. Let them arrange on how you can get loan from PettySafe, and you buy one of these our product that we're talking
Mhm.
about. Either it's Cassava Island or you are buying Palm Origin,
Origin. Yeah.
any of such you are buying, because what we are trying to do is we are trying to introduce you to modern farming. You don't need to go to farm to be a farmer. You can
Mm.
be in your office, in your house, and you are a farmer, earning money from farm, and you have real farm
Mhm.
where there is cassava planted, where there is palm planted. You are harvesting, selling, and that is done on your behalf. So contact PettySafe Microfinance Bank today, and let's help you navigate that. Once you have that, once you are repaying, you will know you have limited resources to begin to spend anyhow, but that takes care of the future. One thing I like about all the farm way product is number one is real estate. Number two is agriculture.
True,
And
true.
number three is an income yielding asset. So it's not a just value
Yeah.
appreciation asset. It's an income yielding asset. And Petisave Microfinance can give you the loan to access those assets, and you can begin to live your life. So even if you live your life recklessly at the end of the day, which we don't advise, all right, you will know that constantly the asset and the future has been taken care of.
Awesome. Awesome. I hope our viewers, our listeners are taking notes already. But beyond taking notes is action.
Action.
Taking note is good, taking action is better. We must take action. Now, I've come to realize that financial failures always come from poor financial habits.
Yeah.
If you check your financial habits, that's what determines your health when it comes to your finances. Just like what you eat and the way you use your body affects your health bodily. Financial failures will always come from poor financial habits. It has been said that whatever you do continuously for 21 days non-stop becomes an habit. So if you want to form any habit that will be sustainable, that you will continue to do, you want to keep doing that thing for as long as you want to, try a 21-day challenge. So part of the advice we're giving on this call is for you to take note right now. Take your phone, your notepad or whatever, and write down something that you want to do after listening to this call for the next 21 days. And resolve that you are going to be disciplined enough. For example, if you want to start saving, you may just start with something very small or insignificant. An amount that you know that on daily basis you either spend or you dash people almost on daily basis. And say for the next 21 days, I want to set an habit of saving that amount every day. For some of us, it might be that you eat out every day and you are saying for the next 21 days, I only want to eat whatever is prepared from my house. I will cook, I'll get somebody to cook at home, I will consume that for the next 21 days. For some of us, it might be a certain subscription that you are on that takes money from you. And if you ask yourself, the value you are getting from that subscription does not really make sense. But you are just doing it because you have always been doing it and you have never thought of the impact. Go and delist yourself from that subscription and say for the next 21 days, I want to do without this thing. For some other people, it might be certain purchases that you do every day. It might not even be food. It can be any other thing. But evaluating it right now, you realize that actually you can do without that thing. You have only chosen to be doing it on a daily basis. Maybe you consume Coke every day. You drink Pepsi every day. Something that takes money from you every day that has become an habit. And as far as we're concerned, that is a leakage. You want to ensure that for 21 days straight, you change the narrative. You do something differently and watch out for what is going to happen. By the time we are ending at our 28 days event, by the day we'll be getting feedback from people. I want to see people that will say, I tried the 21-day challenge and it changed the narrative of my finance. Sincerely, whatever you do consistently for 21 days non-stop becomes an habit. And as you begin the journey, I don't hope that you will fall. But even if you fall, don't remain on the ground. Stand up again. You want to do it for 21 days? Mistakenly, by the fourth or fifth day, you did what you are not supposed to do. Don't say, since I did not achieve it 21 days, let me stop.
Make a good they sin, they go.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take up your coat, rise up again.
One of our mentors used to say that
Yeah,
no matter how long you have gone on a wrong journey, you can
yeah,
never arrive at the right destination.
destination.
So,
So you must take your coat, stand up again, and continue in the journey. You want to rewrite a story. What you are doing is you are resetting your finances. And I'm glad that some of us listening right now, you are at your lowest moment. This is the best time to hear things like this. If you don't hear it now, when the money comes, you will not be prepared for how to manage the money. Remember from day one, we said it's about making money, managing money, and multiplying the money. I hope you know that any fool can make money. Making money at times is not rocket science. It's about being in the right place at times, being with the right people, having the right connection, or just stumbling into opportunities and the money comes. But we have so many money misrule that once the money comes, you see the things they do with the money. You will know that it's just a matter of time. This money will vanish. Why do you think some of the politicians in some part of the world we keep stealing, we keep embezzling? They have not understood how best to perpetuate cash flow with what they have. So they believe if they don't steal, they cannot sustain that quality of life. That's why it is important for you to learn it at this stage. Most of them got into those money without preparing for it. But what this 28 days is doing for you from income to asset, smart money reset, is positioning you for the wealth that is coming. Some of us listening right now, you are in your lowest, like I said. But in this same world that we are in, you will become a billionaire. Not
yeah,
just a billionaire in naira, you'll be a billionaire in dollars. You will
amen.
build multi-billion companies. These lessons you are learning now, take them with you on the journey so that whatever you have built, you won't lose it. Today, Pertinence Group is standing strong over 13 years. We'll be 14 this August doing active business. We have gone through the thick and the thin. We have survived it all and we are still surviving it. One of the major reasons is because we learned these things early enough. So when money come, we don't spend, we don't eat with our 10 fingers.
Hands.
You don't use everything to eat. You ensure that you package something and reserve it for the future. And that's the whole idea of ensuring we block leakages in our finances. As we begin to round up, I want to let Wiseman maybe start giving us his parting word for today.
I think while we're talking, I remembered one that was a personal one to me that was like a leakage in my finances.
Mm,
Anytime I'm in Nigeria, data is always a major need.
mm,
So I'm always, especially in the 21st century, you cannot do without data.
yeah.
I'm always wanting to ensure that I have data all around. So sometimes, and I know this have happened to you a number of times too,
Mm.
we begin to wonder, where did data disappear to? I know that the data we use in Nigeria, 1 gig is not 1 gig. I know. Mhm. But what I now understand is how do you recharge 20 gig and it finishes within 24 hours?
Mm.
That's what I didn't know.
Mystery.
Mystery. All right. At the time, I was wondering what was taking this data.
Mm,
Why would I just recharge and data would just be wiped off? All right. Now I got to discover recently what it was. All
mm,
right. So I have this particular device that I'm using for, I have Apple products. So I have my phone, my tablet. I have
mm,
3 tablets. One is being used by my son. The other is being used, two other ones, I use them interchangeably, plus my phone. And they are all synchronized.
mm.
By virtue of them being synchronized, when I recharge data on my phone,
Oh,
because I didn't set the setting to only update on Wi-Fi, I set it so that whether it's Wi-Fi
mm.
or what do you
Mobile
call
data.
it, or mobile data, it
Mm,
should update, it should synchronize, it should do everything. Ah, that was wiping off my data. I will come to Nigeria, recharge 30 gig, and within 3 days, I'm done with 30 gig. What's happening? Yeah, the fact that I have the money and I can afford it does not mean I should be
Yeah.
wasting it
Mm.
until I did that adjustment, sir. Sometimes I don't even used to finish because I have data in the office, I have data at home, and I have data on the move.
On the
So
go.
so on the go. So I don't, and I don't stay on the go a long so much like
Mm.
that. It's that I'm at home, I'm in the office, or I'm in church. All right, and I have data in most of these places. So I'm saying this also that somebody may need to go and check.
Mm.
Maybe what
Mm.
has been causing leakage in your finances has been data. Your data is being, and some of you
Mm.
have some applications that are running
Mm.
that you need to go and stop because they are useless. They are not really useful. All right.
Mm.
And they are running on your application. They will be eating up all your data. But so these are practical things. But what we
Mm.
are saying in essence is ensure that whatever is happening in your life,
Mm.
you are saving. Download Genius by PettySave and start saving today.
There.
Hmm? Download Genius Business for your business and start saving today.
Yeah.
At least if data does not need your permission to finish, ask Genius to take money from your account without permission.
It's even with your permission, but automate it when you want it
Automated.
to take it.
I'm just saying, you understand that kind of, you are the one that permitted the lack
Yeah.
of permission. All right. So the second one is you need to be able to secure your future with
Mm.
assets. Farmway, Cassava Island, and Palm Origin is one that you should go and subscribe for now. And as Pertinence Group, we also have estates, many estates. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about our estates, talking
Mm.
to you about
Yeah.
several estate projects that we have and looking at some offers that we can give based on the fact that you came live and you are a part of what we are doing. So keep it a date with us tomorrow. There's going to be some goodies that will be coming out from us.
Wow. Thank you so much. This has
Yeah.
been a session for financial review. And I believe we have taken note of some of these facts and we go ahead and implement them. It's been an exciting journey. Day 5 done and dusted. We look forward to day 6, and we know you will join us tomorrow again for an exciting time. And like we
Same
said,
time.
we'll present some opportunities that you can take advantage of tomorrow. Thank you very much, wise man.
Bye for
All
now.
right, bye for now.